Good day, fine people, and welcome to the highly acclaimed lifestyle and self-help program, What's Your Problem? Where we provide answers to your most problematic and quizzical quandaries and help you to live your best life ever. And now, the host of What's Your Problem, Miss Primrose Xander Feldstone.
Well, hello, and welcome. Welcome to the inaugural episode number 1 of What's Your Problem? We are so excited you are here to be with us today. And you heard our announcer. I am Miss Primrose Aphrodite Xander Feldstone. We couldn't fit my whole name on the little blue lines there, so we had to shorten it just a little bit. We are delighted that you are here, as I said. And before we really get into it, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about myself. In case you couldn't tell, well, I'm from the South, from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. It's a beautiful day here today in Tuscaloosa. Yes. And, well, I know I told you my middle name has Aphrodite in it. Well, Aphrodite is the goddess of love. Well, I didn't have a whole lot of luck in the love department, for I've had 6 husbands. 5 of them, well, they're dead. And the 6th, well, they're still looking for him. I was always fascinated by makeup and hair care and fashion. So I started my own cosmetics company. It's called Pretty as a Primrose. As a matter of fact, today I am wearing the charcoal briquette color. And in celebration of Oreo Day, just a few days ago, it is accented by a double stuff color. Yeah. Can you tell? Isn't it something? I think it brings out my eyes. Anywho, I did study at the School of Cosmetology and Mythology. That's why I made my middle name Aphrodite. Well, I am here to guide us through the process and help you with your problems, but I cannot do it alone. And I have my dear friends with me, women I have met throughout my journey. And you know what? I just want to say this. In celebration of Women's International Day, it was just yesterday, right? And ironically, it's Barbie Day today, too. It's kind of silly, don't you think? Well, Barbie is an international, not Barbie. Barbie is an international phenomenon, that woman. Anywho, let's just get on with our show. If I could, I'd like to bring up my first colleague, Dr. Olga Krotashka. She is a phenomenon she comes from Kazakhstan. I always say that wrong, and I say her name wrong too, but she doesn't hold it against me. We're still friends. Anywho, what I wanted to say about her is she is known as the Goat Whisperer. The Goat Whisperer. She's not living in Kazakhstan anymore. She's now here in the United States. She has a ranch and she has lots of goats, and I don't want to steal her thunder. So if we could give a warm welcome, because she's traveled a long distance to be here, Dr. Olga. Dr. Olga.
Spasiba. Yeah. Nice to see you, Miss Lady Primrose.
Oh, it's wonderful to see you too, Dr. Olga. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm telling you, would you look at, what is that lip color you are wearing?
Oh, this is Chanel Flaming Lips.
Flaming Lips by Chanel.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Maybe you and I can do a little consultation later, and I could show you my palette because we have a lot of different colors. But enough about that. Now, it doesn't look like you're on your farm in Portland, is it? Where are you now?
No, that's not. I'm in New York City. It is my apartment because I'm here with my super duper best goat. We are here for a conference. Larry, get out of the minibar. See? He don't listen sometimes.
Oh, Larry, you said is his name. Right. I haven't had the chance to meet Larry. Now, you use Larry in your therapies, and you've
Yes.
actually worked with some very high profile and you characters, and you even
Yes.
published a book, did you not?
Yes, yes. Pavlov to Putin. It's all about the behavior between the animal and the human being.
And
yes.
is there a connection? Is that what you're telling us?
But of course there's a connection. Of course there is. And the goat, you know, the goat is the first domesticated animal in the world. Larry, what a He's, you know, he's got big ego now because he's big shot. He's the only one. I leave the rest in Portland, Oregon, where I'm from. I live there.
Well, yeah, you did mention that, and I don't know how you travel with goats. I guess they are therapy goats. When
First class. First class.
First class for Larry and Dr. Olga. Well, we have another first class guest with us. If we could bring her in, Dr. L. Smith. Now, Dr. L. She is not a. Well, I can't even think of all the things. She's attended so many universities. She has a collection of books that can't be compared. She has a few degrees, but you know what? She doesn't get hung up on all that stuff. If I want to let you learn more about her too, right? She's a part of our little clan here on What's Your Problem. And if we could, Dr. L. Smith, if you would. Oh, there she is.
Dr. L, hello.
Thank you.
Hello.
Dr. Olga, so nice to see you again.
Good to see you. I see you at the conference tomorrow.
Yes. And Primrose, darling, you are looking primrosy.
Oh, well, thank you, dear. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry. I hate to correct you. I don't like to be a nabob or a kbob, but I do not have any degrees because, as you recall, my famous book, No Credentials, it's taken from that originally, that whole idea, no logos, no credentials. I have attended 17 different communities, colleges, and internet universities, but I do not believe in the piece of paper. My authority is my own, and I am known as the Queen of Common Sense. That's trademarked.
Oh, fabulous. Wow. Common sense. Well, that's good to know.
That's all we need.
That's what it is. It boils down to common sense at the end of the day.
Good.
Yes.
People need this.
Yes.
All right. Well, ladies, I know. Dr. Olga, I know you're eager. And I know Dr. L is as well. And I won't keep us waiting any longer. So we have been getting mail from people who have issues that they'd like some of our assistance with. So I'm going to consult the mailbag and share with you. And before I forget, anyone who is watching us right now on either Facebook or YouTube, you could send us your comments or questions, and hopefully we'll find some time today to get to them. Okay?
Let's go.
All right. And without further ado, ladies, all right, here we go. This one, oh my goodness, this is something close to my heart. While cleaning out the garage, our friend here mistakenly threw out the beloved St. Bernard Tony's. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Tiny's. Terrible handwriting. Tiny's ashes. My wife has been very distraught since Tiny passed. How should I break it to her? Oh, my goodness. Oh my goodness.
This is very sad. Why, stupid man, do this stupid thing? Now we have to go to Toys R Us and buy her another dog, stuffed dog, and bring it home and then burn it and put it in the canister and then make it ash. This is simple.
Well, if I may, first of all, I am greatly relieved that it was the ashes that they threw away. I thought it was the St. Bernard. But, of course, I can save you a step, Dr. Olga. You don't have to burn the toy stuffed animal. Kitty litter in a plastic container. Do it now. Don't tell her about it. Just do it.
Just
common
do
sense.
It.
That's common sense. That's it.
That's the common sense, lady.
Trademark. Yes.
All righty. Well, that one was very, kind of interesting, but quickly solved by you fabulous women who understand.
Easy peasy. Give something hard, something.
Oh well, I
some
can't.
meat.
I can't make up these things. These are what our listeners and our callers are talking about. So let's move on. Oh, here's one that's a little steamy, if you know what I mean. Oh, my lover and I decided we needed a little date night, so we headed out to their favorite romantic restaurant. Oh my, it was called the Cracker Barrel. That's very popular down here, Dr. Olga. I don't know if they have that out in Portland or even in Kazakhstan.
I don't
But
think so.
While they were there, oh my, they were crossing the parking lot when they were sprayed by a skunk. Oh my, does anyone know how to get skunk stink out of a fur coat? Now, Dr. Olga, I think this might be better served by you, at least to start with.
Please, fur. Everything I have is fur. This is so simple. Don't take it to the dry cleaner. Take it home. Get the Heinz. It has to be Heinz. You understand? Heinz ketchup. You pour it all over. You smush it in, and then you stick it in the machine. Wash it only cold water, and hang dry.
Yes.
That's it. Skunk
Who
smell
knew?
gone.
Now you can't.
And
now
I must say, have you had the cornbread at Cracker Barrel? It's magnificent.
I don't know. Does
And the
Cracker
hush
Barrel-
puppies have on Fridays? They have catfish, fried catfish.
What is this? A veterinarian? You have
Cracker
dogs
Barrel.
and cats?
Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel. That's
It's
the-
a restaurant. Very, very common, good people, common sense people, common sense food. Trademark.
I try it. Okay.
Cornbread. Have you not
Okay.
had cornbread? Do you have corn in Kazakhstan, Dr. Olga?
We import it. You know, this is big for us is the oil. We send out the oil and a lot of money. A lot of money in my country is very rich now. We're part of Asia, you know?
All right.
But I'm-
Well,
I'm
you
in
know,
sm- I'm in
we're going to
small-
have to have a geography lesson because you know what? There's so many things about our cultures and our countries that we could learn a lot from one another, right?
Yes.
Especially here I am again, a plug for International Women's Day just yesterday.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah,
and you know,
go
also today is also Meatball Day and Crab Meat Day.
Crab meat.
Crab meat, not just crab meat. And then there's meatball. Two different things. I don't want you to be confused.
Meat and meat. Okay.
Yes, crab meat. Oh my goodness. Look at this. We have a
caller.
call on the line.
Isabelle.
Oh, Isabella. Well, why don't we give a listen to what Isabella's problem is?
Yes.
Thank you for taking my call. This is Isabella. There's a robot that works in my fast food drive-through now, and he apparently can remember what you ordered the last time. So yesterday he says to me, "Would you like what you ordered the last time? The Lover's Delight meal? 2 cheeseburgers, double onion rings, and 2 chocolate shakes?" I never ordered that before. But then I remember that my boyfriend borrowed my car last week to visit a friend. He said, "Do you think my boyfriend is cheating on me?"
Oh,
well,
boy. Double-
Did you get that whole story?
That
Did you get
sounds like
that whole story, Elle?
Double question. This is the guy inside that remembers everybody's order, and then the boyfriend.
Honey, it's computer that remembers the order. This is why I'm against artificial intelligence. You can't have artificial common sense. You see, that's the problem with computers. No common sense. We need to get back to the commonality of common sense. That's the answer to the problem. Trademark. And by the way, anytime anyone uses common sense, I have that trademarked, I receive 50 cents.
Wow, isn't that something? I can hear the cha-chinging going on right now across the internet. Can you hear it?
Quite frankly,
I can hear it.
it was only common sense to trademark that. Can you believe it wasn't trademarked?
You are a trailblazing woman there.
That you make funny. Oh, Elle, you like left riot, crazy woman.
Oh, when we get together again, Dr. Olga, we will have some good times.
Well, you ladies gonna have to
Absolutely.
save all that fun for the conference. Oh,
Yes.
oh, wait, we have a question. I love this. Somebody named Deb is asking if we have any scapegoats. Now, our ghost whisperer should address this. Do we have any
Oh.
scapegoats?
Escape go. Larry, what I say? Turn that TV off. No more Netflix. No, this is the problem. I have 12 pygmy goats, and they sometimes like to go off on their own if they've had too much therapy. You see, last week I had a little bit session with Megan and Harry. And one of the goats was playing with Archie, and he put Archie on his back and he ran off down the Hollywood Hills. I had to call the police and bring him back. It was so embarrassing, you know. They escape. They just escape. My scapegoats. I got lots of scapegoats. Larry, don't even look at me like that.
I don't
No,
understand.
no,
I don't know how you keep
I
track.
believe, if I may, I didn't make the connection until you said Meghan and Harry. I believe the question was not about scapegoats, but scapegoats. Scapegoats.
I don't understand. Goat is goat. What is this?
A scapegoat is a goat that we blame for everything that makes us mad. Right now, everybody is mad at Meghan and sometimes Harry, but Harry is a redhead, so he gets by with a lot.
He gets
away
a
with
pass
lot.
now, doesn't he? And you know what?
does,
That
'cause,
that color red. You know what? I need to make a lip color that matches that color of his hair, because I think that would be a
Harry
top
lips,
color.
and you'll call it Harry lips.
Right.
There
What
you
I'm
go.
concerned about is people mispronouncing it and saying hairy lips.
You
You know what? That could be a problem because nobody wants hairy lips. You know
I
what
got
I'm
hairy
saying?
lip. Yeah.
Oh, be careful there, Dr. Olga.
Oh.
Be careful with those. You know, those you Kazakhstan women with your body. Well, I understand. That's a cultural thing. Well, we're gonna keep moving on because there are people clamoring to get in here and ask their questions. So
Question next.
yeah, here's another one. Now this one's kind of timely for the time we're living in anyway. So ever since the pandemic, I keep a minimum of 115 rolls of toilet paper in my studio apartment. I can't help it. I just love that little bear family on the package. My therapist says I have to let it go. Will I ever get over my toilet paper obsession?
Yes. You will get over it once you accept the fact that you are holding on to all your old bullshit from the days before. Let it go. Let it go. When you buy the paper, you're thinking, you don't want to let it go. You hang on to everything and it builds up, and it's just like getting constipated. But you get constipated in your brain.
Ah, well, that's an interesting perspective, Dr. Olga. Dr. L, do you have anything you'd like to add to that? That wizard. Wow.
Oh, I'm sorry. Too big of a word. I'm not an elitist. I don't like to use big words. I don't concur. I confer. You are correct. You're right. I agree with you. 100%. And the answer to letting go is just common sense. Common sense.
There you
Wipe
go.
it all away. And Dr. Olga, we must write a book together. And Miss Primrose, you have an instinct that is, too big a word. You just know.
Well, I appreciate you saying that because I always thought I was a little bit of a know-it-all anyway. Okay, then. We have another question. You ladies are so insightful. I hope our listeners appreciate the wisdom that you are sharing here. Oh my, we have another question coming in. Oh, Dr. Olga, I don't know if you can see that, Dr. Olga. I know sometimes you wear glasses, but right now, how do you feel when someone says he really got my goat?
He really got my... Larry, this is not a question for you. This is a question for me, okay? You're not the expert. You see?
He's talking about that, Larry.
He gets my goat. He get my goat, you know, because we are like goats inside. You know what I mean? We like... We express, we climb in life, like the goat climbed the mountain. We climb in life, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And we eat, we have to eat, and the goat eat everything. They eat everything everywhere. So there's Larry. Did you see him?
Larry, he's bigger than life lately, that Larry.
He's very, he's starting to do paw print for the books.
Oh.
Yes.
You mean when you go to book signings?
Yes, but he's very popular, very popular. You know, we go back to Kazakhstan and we go to my little village called Uglitch, and Larry's like big shot.
Look at that. I see he's wearing his what do you
uniform.
Call that hat? It's almost kind of matches yours. What
it's
does he
like
have?
Babushka.
He has no logo on there, it appears. He's kind of like a goat without a cause.
Yes. So you got to be careful because you get your goat. Everybody get a goat.
Okay, we should all go out and get a goat.
Yeah, inside. Find your inner goat. Yes, Larry. Right.
All right. Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page as far as that's concerned. All right. Well, we have another question. This one's a little bit lengthy. I'm going to see if I can abbreviate it just a bit. So here's the basic story. The neighbor is gutting a house. And he's got a big dumpster, one of those big containers where they throw the stuff. So he doesn't live at the house. He's just fixing it up so he can rent it, I guess, as one of those Airbnb. So the other day, let's see, I'm walking my dog and I see the other neighbor, not the neighbor doing the work, but another neighbor stumbling down the road in front of the dumpster. And I guess they determined he was drunk. And then they saw him throwing some stuff into the dumpster. I don't know. It's not his dumpster, right? So this neighbor that sees all this is wondering, should he confront? Should he say anything to anybody? The Airbnb person or the drunkard running down the street and throwing stuff in the dumpster? Or should they just put a lid on it, if you will? What do you think?
There is a children's song that will answer this question. Common sense. Don't put your dust in my dustpan, my dustpan, my dustpan. Don't put your dust in my dustpan's full.
Well, I think that was an exclamation point at the end of that. There are no other ways to explain that, right?
You cannot make sensical anything with somebody who's a drunk. You know what I'm saying? He may not even remember that he put it in this dumpster. So next time you go steal his newspaper. That's it.
I think his dumpster is full.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny, Dr. L. Again, Dr. L, you're making all the funny. You're making all the funniest. His dumpster is full. And you know what? Now I'm going to be singing that song in my head for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah.
My dustpan is full. Okay. All right. Well, here's another one. This one's short and sweet.
Good.
My work team goes out for drinks after work, and my boss always manages to not snit, but sit right next to me. I'm starting to feel a little uncomfortable about it. Do you think she might be a cougar, and should I be concerned? I didn't see that coming.
It's the woman who's going after the guy.
There's a little twist.
Not like Andrew Cuomo. Other way. Other way.
What do you know about the governor of New York living all the way? Well, I guess you're visiting.
I'm in New York City. Look at my beautiful apartment.
All right. Don't be braggadocious now.
I'm sorry.
Braggadocious is a big word. I don't like to be elitist. Don't be an hole.
So what does this person do? This boss?
Yeah, what do you think? Well, they're thinking she's a cougar and he doesn't want to say anything. I mean, it's his boss after all. Should he I don't know. What should he do?
What does he
Is
want
it
to
a
do?
hymn? He didn't say it was a hymn. Number one, and number two. What,
Hello, El. Earth
went
to
out of
El.
my mind.
Oh my, oh
Someti-
my! Now, ladies, play nice. Play
No,
nice.
sometimes professionals, we work so hard. Sometimes the brain does this little click
It
off.
goes off
and
the
it goes
train,
off.
off the choo-choo track.
Off the track. That's it.
All right, well, get on board, ladies. Come on
Well,
now.
how old is he? We don't know if it's a he, and we don't know how old he is. He might actually be 65 himself, and boss lady might be trying to tell him to retire.
Oh, that's an interesting perspective.
That's it,
I didn't think about it that way.
I don't like the conclusions. We shouldn't draw conclusions until we have all the facts, and we're never going to have all the facts. So we shouldn't draw conclusions. Why, that's just common sense.
Forget about it.
I don't know.
Trademark.
You know what? You have it all going on, Dr. L, with your every time I just hear the cha-ching, cha-ching in the coffers, in the Dr. L coffers. All right, well, let's see. I think we might have, we talked about the toilet paper. We talked about Tiny and his demise and thrown out with the trash. We heard about the dumpster. Oh, here's one I think we can all identify with, ladies. So this person writes, my salon is now open, and I don't know what the problem is, but my hairdresser must have forgotten how to cut hair. She has messed up my cut twice now. I don't think I can go back there. But how do I break up with the nice hairdresser that I've been going to for years? Now, this is something I'd like to talk about very briefly, if I could, ladies. I go to a groomer, okay? I don't want to wait for the hairdresser, okay? Number one, a groomer is cheaper, all right? So you could save some money and you could still have a fabulous hairdo.
And
right?
you don't have to tip the shampoo girl.
Right. Because they just put your head, they just put your hole in the trough and then do it real quick, snip, snip, snip,
Yes.
snip. Or they use those buzzers.
Yes.
So I say, don't fret. Go to a groomer and they'll take care of everything for far less money. That's my opinion. But you ladies might have something to say.
You know,
Dr.
I do
Olga?
the same thing.
Well-
And this flea and tick. This is my own flea and tick collar.
That's very smart of you. You know that? Because they do. Sometimes my goats, they get the fleas and it's not nice, and you have to wash and scrub everything off them. But as far as the cutting of hair, I have two of my pygmies, they work together. They have very, very sharp teeth. What I do is I put a little oats, oats in the head, on the hair, and the goats eat it. And they chomp, 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 and you get a nice haircut. I'm telling you.
Wow.
You'll never go back.
Well, look at that. Well, such a practical, and I'm going to say it, Dr. L. Go ahead, Dr. L.
Common sense.
There
Common
you
sense.
have it.
Yeah,
There you have
That's all you need. You can have as much as you want as long as you pay me my royalty.
That's fabulous. I think, not for nothing, but our first time out and helping people, I am so glad. I don't know about you, but I feel like a weight has been lifted. We have
Yes.
been able to help people.
Yes.
And although we could go on for days, I don't want to do that because you know what? We don't have any more mail for today.
No.
So let's wait for next time. But speaking of next time, I think what people need to do in the meantime is send us your problems and send us your questions. Leave us comments to what. Oh, there you have it right there down on the screen, wypcomedy.com. Don't wait till next week. Send us some things. We would love to hear from you. And we are going to be back next week at the same time, same channel, if you will, at 7 p.m. Do we want to say anything else, ladies?
I'll be here.
5 p.m. Mountain Time.
Mountain. She's the mountain. Mountain like a goat. The mountain
We have
goat.
plenty of goats. And you know what else we have here? We have llamas.
Llamas.
Oh, well, that's
they
a no-
They spit.
And
Ah.
well, we
They
don't.
spit.
Well, you
Yes,
know
it-
what? We have to embrace
You have to
all
keep your
the creatures.
6 feet distance, and wearing a mask. Very helpful if you're around llamas.
Yes.
Good to know. Good to know. We are an all-inclusive environment. We welcome everyone's problems, big and small, all different types. And if we
Yes.
could just say a goodbye, and we'll see you all next Tuesday. Next
Dos
Tuesday.
Vidania.
Goodbye. What's
Goodbye,
your problem?
everybody, America.
What's Your Problem is a purely fictional portrayal of a self-help show. Any likeness to any of your particular life issues is purely, I can assure you, by accident. If you haven't noticed, this is a comedy show, and we are in no way, shape, or form qualified to give you or anyone else mental health or, frankly, any other kind of advice. So please, seek qualified counseling if you need help.